What's up, everyone? You are tuned into episode 125 of Three Questions and a Song. Off the air, I was telling Ross that episode number wise, the last time he was on isn't that far away from this one, but it's actually been probably at least 8 months.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say easy. Yeah, took a little
So
hiatus there.
with me tonight is Ross Flora. Um, I'm trying to remember the name of the song you were on for last time.
Might have been Santa Ana Wind. Was it?
I think it was a bird flying on the cover.
Oh yeah. As the crow flies.
As the crow flies. I,
Yeah,
I had hawk in my mind, so it's a good thing I didn't just throw it out there.
yeah. Close enough.
And then when Danielle from Dead Horse Branding contacted me recently, it was a different song than the one we're going to do tonight. So anyway, for those people that aren't familiar with you and your music, Ross, why don't you give them just a real quick fly by night? Here's what I do and what it might sound like.
Yeah. Well, like Bill said, my name is Ross Flora. I'm based out here in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been out here for about 13 years, chasing this dream. Been playing music all my life, basically. Been singing all my life, playing guitar for the better part of 20 years now. And just started releasing music about 5 years ago. Songs have been stuck in my head for a long time, from a range of rock and roll, obviously a lot of country, Americana influences, a little R&B in there. And yeah, just kind of just been writing what's on my heart over these years, and gotten to culminate with a lot of great artists and folks out here in Nashville and back home in Roanoke, Virginia. And yeah.
So As the Crow Flies, I would say it was kind of Southern rock ish, and old habits that we're going to be talking about here in a little bit. I would kind of put that one in the country lane. Maybe you don't, but
I, I'm terrible at genreifying all of them. I'm not very good at that, you know. So yeah, I'll take all of it. Yeah, I love the Southern rock, country, any of it. Yeah.
so I'm going to ask you the three questions. The first one is the most important one because I was reading through, and I can't believe I missed this the last time. I'm a teacher, so I've heard that question. Well, when am I ever going to use this when I grow up? And I saw that you were an English major, and now you're writing music. So how did your English major play into your songwriting?
I think it's a huge part of what I do now, songwriting, especially. Yeah, I didn't really plan on it. Honestly, I just kind of wanted to get a baseline kind of degree in case, if I couldn't make a living doing music, I wanted something I could either go back to school for, or a degree that would, cross a lot of platforms job wise. And just being able to communicate was what I was going for. But being able to study all the classic stories, and, just reading about and watching and reading about all the, archetypal type stories really gave me a depth, I think, in terms of studying all that. So it comes in handy a lot. Sometimes we'll be writing a song, I'll be writing, we're co-writing it. I'll be like, man, this is just like, fill in the blanks. It could be, Beowulf or some, just some really old kind of traditional English program kind of thing that you'd never think a country song could relate to. But I'm like, yeah, it's kind of the same story, isn't it? So
Very cool. And now I'm gonna turn that into a short and show it to my students.
oh yeah, please do. Yeah, it pays off.
I'm really not, because I try and keep them away from my podcasts.
Oh gosh, man. Oh.
I'll dub somebody else's voice and face over me, and then here, look what I found.
Right. It's not your teacher here. Yeah.
So much like the last time you were on, I looked through the information for the new track, and there are some pretty big names involved. You want to do a little bit of name dropping for us, and that doesn't count as a question.
Oh yeah. So with this song, I co-wrote it a little over a year ago with a good buddy of mine, D. White, and he's written some great songs. He's an amazing musician and singer, and yeah, he just released an album as well, so you need to check his out as well. And yeah, like I say, we co-wrote it, just waited on the project. Wanted to release it with a couple other songs, and yeah, time felt right, and real happy with how it came out. So yeah.
Very cool. Um, so Old Habits is a single off an upcoming album. Is that correct? Like really soon being released, or it was just released?
Yeah, it's soon to be released here in a couple weeks. I'm not exactly, yeah. So I've got one more single that will be coming off of this EP of 6 songs I'll be releasing. And yeah, so this is the second song of those. The first one was Cornerstone, which was released about 6 weeks ago, or 8 weeks now. And then this Old Habits, which was at the time of this interview about a week and a half ago. And then so that means in about 4 weeks, I'll have another single called The Garden out. And that'll be the title track of the EP.
Hey, so I'm going to ask you 2 crazy questions. I know we're well past 3 already.
No, keep going, yeah.
If you were able to sit down with any 4 musicians, living or dead, who would you pick, and what would you be interested in talking to them about over dinner?
I mean, I first and foremost, Greg Allman. And just talk about his life. I've read his book a couple times over, his autobiography. It's an amazing read. I mean, I highly recommend to anybody out there. Probably Frank Sinatra. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. And yeah, just love his style. Just love to talk to him about the old days coming up. I mean, that must have been a wild time to be his career of playing and what he's able to do. And also about his singing style. I kind of studied that a lot about how to get that controlled power that he really puts out there. Let's see. I mean, Derek Trucks. This is an Allman Brothers heavy top 4 here, but yeah, Derek Trucks is my favorite guitar player of all time. So I watch everything he puts out there, all the interviews, and seems like a really cool guy to just have a dinner with, hang out with, and all that, and seems really down to earth. And then fourth, I'd say he's a guy that's just killing it. His name is Ian Thornley. He plays with this band called Big Wreck. Everybody say they call him your favorite guitar player's favorite guitar player. And he sings like, he sounds a lot like Chris Cornell, who's another one of my favorite vocalists. And but yeah, he just plays. I mean, he's a freak. Like he can shred, but he can also shred with soul. He plays kind of like progressive kind of music, but it's aesthetically pleasing, so it's got like soul to it. And yeah, I just like to pick his brain about what's going on in there, because he's he's a monster and a half. So
Last question. So Kiss once played in a bay in Australia to sharks. Like they
really,
put the speakers in the ocean and they played to sharks. Metallica once played in Antarctica. My friend Jazz, who's on Music from the 412, not only played in Antarctica, but played at the South Pole. So my question is, what is a non-traditional place that you would like to perform?
I mean, if Elon can get me to Mars, that'd be awesome. I guess, maybe the moon or something like that. But, I mean, here on Earth, I don't know. Whenever, maybe non-traditionally, I was lucky to be able to go over to Scotland. Got to see Isle of Skye. Spent a little time over there for my little sister's wedding about a year and a half ago, and I'd say a festival out there. It's right there on one of them locks. Maybe play to Nessie. That'd be pretty perfect.
Very cool. I need to hook you up with Jazz now that I brought him up. He has a show called Jazz's Rock and Road Show. And
all right.
He is a producer. He owns a company called Rattleclack Entertainment, and he travels all over the world to produce conferences. And when he's out there, he records himself visiting the sites and museums and things and then he interviews bands, and then the bands play on the show. So,
All right.
I'm sure you wouldn't come to his house in the Pittsburgh area, but maybe you guys could find somewhere where he could record you in Nashville the next time he's in the area.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I will put you on his radar, and I'll give you his information as well.
Yeah, please
all
do,
right.
man.
So we're at the point where it's the and a song part. So tell us a story about old habits. It could be about recording. It could be what the song's about, where the what made it pop into your head and started it. Anything that you want to tell us about it.
Yeah, well, let's see. So, I mean, I guess like as I've gotten older, I've been here in Nashville since I was about 22 years old, and I kind of met up with D and had this idea for like, when we write a lighthearted song about like our old habits and how dumb they were, and kind of, what we learned from them, kind of make it like a lighthearted thing. And it ended up taking on a life of its own. It kind of got a little slightly heavier kind of a tone to it, but it's yeah, it was just that song took on a life of its own for sure. And yeah, D and I, we wrote it. We tend to write, like, I prefer if we're doing like co-writing, like get the meat and gravy of the song down, and then meet up in like a week or two, like let it percolate. Like, don't fully finish it on the first. That's something I learned being an English major. You gotta have your drafts about stuff, and your editing processes and all that. And so yeah, we met up the second time, and we both had a couple notes that we ended up throwing in there and some edits, and that's where this song really kind of took on its own life. And yeah, other than that, this is the first song I've recorded everything on, including programming the drums there. So that was a monster and a half. That was about a week's worth of work right there. And learning how to do that, just barely learning how to do it, dipping my toe in the water. But
That's how all of this came about. I figured it out via YouTube.
Oh, yeah, trial
along
and
the
error,
way.
Yeah.
Hey, well, Ross, I want to thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And those of you that are about to hear the song, make sure you head to ross-flora.com, ROSS-FLORA.com. You can check out As the Crow Flies, Cornerstone, Old Habits, and I'm sure there are other songs there, but those are the three that I'm aware of. And with that said, we're going to slide into the video, and we'll see you on the next episode.
No, thank you, Bill. Appreciate you all.
Thank you.